Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making this really simple wood and epoxy necklace. So stick around and I'll show you guys how I do this. Alright, so to start I have a piece of firewood right here, and there's a section in the corner where it's rotted out a little bit, some bug damage is in there, and this might give me some cool live edge textures of wood that I can use for the necklace. So I'm going to chop this up into smaller pieces with my hatchet and see what I have to work with. Now I've got some smaller pieces now that I can work with for the necklace, and what I'm looking for is a nice jagged edge where it shows the texture of the wood and you can see that through the clear epoxy or resin that I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and just cut it into a square chunk of wood. It doesn't have to be perfect at this stage, it will just be a rough cut of what I'm looking for. After the epoxy is on, I'm going to shape this a little bit closer to what I want, so I'm cutting it a little bit larger than the end product right now. Now I've got my rough block of wood ready to go. Before I start applying the epoxy, I want to make sure that I clean off this joint, that there's no loose debris or rotten pieces of wood. So I'm going to use a wire brush and quickly just brush over this and scrape off anything that's going to come loose or mess up the bond between the epoxy and the wood. Now that the wood is cleaned off, I'm going to wrap this in paper tape to create sort of a form to hold the epoxy while it dries. The tape I'm using is just plain painter's tape or paper tape. It works really well. You'll see later as I peel this off, it comes right off of the epoxy and the two don't bond together. Now for the second necklace I'm going to be making, I'm going to break this in half with a hammer and then use that rough jagged edge as the section where I'm going to be bonding the epoxy to. So I'm going to whittle this down with a hatchet and get it to the rough shape. Again, I will shape this after the epoxy is dry, but for now this is a good size to continue. So this one I'm actually going to be wrapping in duct tape. It gives a little more depth that I can have a longer section of epoxy to fill up. Now I've seen plenty of videos of people making resin and wood necklaces. The process is more extensive and it's hard to find that resin sometimes. So I wanted to make an option where I just use regular clear epoxy that you get at any old hardware store. Now this is just 5-minute epoxy, so this is going to set up really quickly, and within a couple hours I'll be able to work on it. So I'm going to add a little bit of color at the bottom with a small wire. I'm going to put some fingernail polish on it and mix it around at the top and work it down in just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it or else it'll make the whole epoxy cloudy. And now as it's drying, it's already starting to set up, so I'm going to sort of form it into the square shape that I want it to be in the end. So it's finally taking shape. You want to be careful. This feels pretty hot to the touch, so just don't burn yourself or anything. I'm not sure if it could, but it did seem to get pretty hot when there was this much epoxy all together. Now after letting it sit for a couple hours, I'm going to take off the duct tape, and it worked really well. The duct tape comes right off the epoxy, and now I can start shaping it. This other option I made, I used 1-minute epoxy. That set up really quickly, and I didn't really like it as much as the 5-minute epoxy. You don't have as much time to work with and get it ready. Now once the epoxy has hardened, I can now start shaping the wood and epoxy with a belt sander. So I'm just going to tip this upside down. If you have a belt sander table, that makes it a lot easier. I chose to just use my belt sander to show you guys it's possible to do it with a smaller tool as well. So I'm just going to sand this down and keep working it until it's the shape that I want. Now I've got the rough shape sanded down, ready to go. Now I just need to get some smoother sandpaper and try to buff the scratches out of the epoxy. Now this is going to take quite a bit of time of buffing it and sanding it down with some light sandpaper and eventually polish it to get it to be clear again. Now I'm going to also buff this epoxy with a piece of cloth and try to smooth this out even further. Now you can see the epoxy is becoming a little more clear now after buffing it with the cloth, but it's still not quite there. So I'm going to use my Dremel tool with a buffing wheel and try to buff the epoxy a little bit better. Now I'm not having as much success trying to smooth this out and get it to be shiny. Now this didn't buff it as much as I would like it to. It definitely smoothed it out a little bit more, but I found a cool hack to make it even better. I'll show you that later. So after drilling the hole in the piece of wood to mount it to the necklace, I'm going to take some gold wire and create a loop that will go through the hole and mount it to either a chain or strap, whatever you choose to use as a necklace. So the wire I'm using is just simple jewelry wire that you can find at any craft store. And I'll take 2 strands. This wire isn't very strong, so I'm actually going to twist those 2 together, and this is what I'm going to use to create the loop that will mount the necklace to the chain. Now I'm going to take this wire and thread it through the hole that's on the piece of wood, and I'll do this twice, loop it around and come through the other side as well. Now I'll pull it tight and pull those 2 strands up towards the top and twist these together. Now this doubled it up, so now it's 4 strands of wires, so having pliers will make this a whole lot easier to work with. So I'm going to bend now these 4 wires into a loop and come right back down to the piece of wood, and I'll continuously wrap this around until I get to the end of the wires. Now for the strap of the necklace, I'm going to be using this piece of leather. I cut a strip of leather, and then what you do is just cut a slit down the middle all the way to the end on one side, and on the other end you just leave a small tab tying the 2 together. Now you can buy small necklace clips that you can easily clamp onto the back of the leather strap. However, I decided to make the necklace long enough that you could just put it over your head so it doesn't need to come apart in the back. So what I'm going to do is punch 2 holes, 1 on each piece of the leather, and I'm actually going to be threading this together with the gold wire and finishing it off with that. Now the hack that I was talking about to shine the epoxy and get it clear again, it's actually clear fingernail polish. This bonds really well with the epoxy as well as the wood, and it fills in any scratches and cracks that are on the epoxy and makes it really shiny and clear again. That works really well, so I'm going to cover both the wood as well as the epoxy and let that dry. So here's what it looks like after the clear fingernail polish. You can see through the epoxy again. It looks really cool. So I'm happy with this. I'm gonna let it dry and show you guys what it looks like once it's all done. So here's the other necklace I was doing as well. This didn't have as much epoxy and it was more a vertical line of epoxy in there, so you can see it when I turn it sideways. I'm actually going to take the leather strap off the other one and put it on this one, and this is actually going to be for Gemma, our 2-year-old. She absolutely loves jewelry and wants one just like her mom's. And this other necklace will be for my wife. We're actually going to replace, instead of the leather strap, which will be on the other necklace, this one will have a gold chain instead. Now I have some cool new merchandise for my Patreons that are supporting the channel. I have a new t-shirt that will be going out to my Patreons, as well as a coffee mug with my logo, and then a bumper sticker as well. If you enjoy the videos and want to see more content, consider supporting my channel on Patreon. Any money I get on Patreon will be going back into the channel to help pay for some of the materials. Alright guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon if you want YouTube to give you a notification when I upload a new video, and hit that like button down below if you like this one. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.